have with us Max and Mike from Tortuga. So, first question I have for you guys: where does the name Tortuga come from?
Tortuga came from our original bass player's father calling us slow, like mentally slow.
Okay.
So he would say, "Hey, here's the Tortugas," and we thought that it was funny, honestly.
Okay.
And Tortuga's Spanish for turtle.
Okay.
Turtles are slow.
Right.
So, yeah.
So yeah, because the first place I heard that was it was a movie within a movie called The Pirates of Tortuga.
Yeah. I've my dad even pointed this out. There's a show, Breaking Bad.
Mm-hmm.
There's a scene where some cartel guy gets his head lobbed off and it's on a turtle. A lot of people are like, "Oh, the Breaking Bad reference." So it could be a lot of references. It's
the first word I learned in Spanish too.
Okay.
7th grade.
Nice. Okay. And so it said the band formed in 2020.
Yep.
But then reformed in 2023. What does that mean exactly?
We had like I said, an original bass player who we had started the band with. The whole thing started in that guy's backyard.
Okay.
We invited Mike over one day, and it was like this click, like unlike any type of playing we'd ever done before. And I was like, this is it. So then we officially were like, we're a band now. This is done deal. Started practicing, and personal things kind of got in the way. Mike and I were pretty gung-ho about it, but it seemed like things were rocky. And we wanted it really bad, but we knew we had to make a change if we were going to perform for actual people and not be in the backyard.
Okay.
And 2023 was a big year for us.
Big year.
Yeah.
So you said, though, you played like you never had played before. Well, can you expound upon that?
It was just an instant chemistry. It's hard to describe.
3 out of the 4 bandmates, we all played with each other in school band. We all went to the same high school.
Okay.
And they were a bit older than me. I never really hung out with them. And then out of the blue, he hit me up one day. And he's like, "Hey, come play with us." And I'm like a metal drummer. Okay. I'm coming over here with like double pedals
Nice.
and Metallica songs. And they're like, I come over and they're just in the backyard being hippies, listening to Grateful Dead and stuff, which I never really had exposure to. And they exposed me to that. And it's a very good fusion of that laid back psychedelic with a little more intense moments.
Well, I mean, the Dead had 2 drummers, so if you had the double bass, you fit right in. So the other question I had for you right off the top here was, how does one get nominated for World's Gnarliest Band, and how did you win that title?
The voting was open, and we won. I don't know how to explain it. America decided that we were their gnarliest band.
Yep. The poll that went out, the results.
and we wear that as a badge of honor.
Yeah. Okay. And who were the constituencies? Who voted on this thing?
You didn't vote?
I never got the ballot. I missed my mail-in.
A lot of ballots get lost sometimes. So
yeah, true. That's true. So
voting's important.
Absolutely. Vote early, vote often.
Oh yeah.
So Max, what do you play?
I'm the rhythm guitarist and lead vocalist.
Okay. And are you the primary songwriter?
Mike and I share that responsibility, I'd say. But I like diving in and coming up with like more of the lyrics, I'd say, are kind of my forte. Mike is a really great composer.
Okay.
And it's a dynamic duo,
Right.
Can't have one without the other sometimes.
Absolutely. So, and Mike, you said you play drums, so do you compose on drums, or what is your composition instrument?
So I started playing drums a while ago. Like right out of high school, I really got down to business on the drum set. But I've picked up like bass guitar, and I have a regular guitar, so I'm always writing melodies on the bass guitar, really.
Okay.
I've graduated to the 6-string, electric guitar, starting to write a little more complex stuff. But always have melodies going on. I've like worked on songs on GarageBand all the time.
Okay.
GarageBand really helped me get those ideas out. Just kind of like make demos to them. They're like, here, this is what it's supposed to sound like. But yeah, especially me and Max, we've come at each other with a lot of like out there concepts. We're really big into like storytelling and having like all of our sets. We try to like make a roller coaster. Make it all a story, like a whole proper show.
Okay. And who's the main lyricist? Or
I'd say it's both of us pretty evenly.
Yeah.
We both come at each other with things.
Ideas constantly where it's just like, hey, I have this.
He's definitely more capable in the singing department. He's just a more like seasoned singer because he's like you're in choir and stuff. But I just started, but I sing in the car as much as I can, so that's my practice.
It's a good place to start as any.
Right.
So, and did you guys both come from like a musical background at home?
Yeah.
Was there music around?
Definitely. My dad was in a punk rock band in Chicago. They're called Fool.
Okay.
In the 90s. They were kind of ahead of the pop punk kind of stuff. So like as in Chicago it was a little more grimy and hard at the time, and they were coming in with all this melody and stuff. And if they had been maybe a little bit later to the party, things would be different. I always say that. But my dad's a drummer and just huge, like pushes me to be the best musician I could be. And I'm forever grateful for that.
I mean, because in the early '90s in Chicago, there was it was the Pumpkins and Veruca Salt and Urge Overkill. There was a pretty strong base. I thought in the early '90s, I thought Chicago was going to be the new Seattle.
Right.
We were close. We were really close. But,
actually, my parents, they grew up. One of their childhood friends was good friends with Danny Donegan from Disturbed. So they saw them like how we are, just playing bars and getting their name out there. So I feel like it's been ingrained in both of us, the Chicago music scene.
Okay, and where was your last gig at?
Subterranean.
Oh, okay, and how did that go?
That was a killer gig. We closed out the show. We had a Ween tribute band and a Grateful Dead tribute band before us.
Okay.
Whole band's big Ween fans too, big Deadhead fans. So it was a great environment, and everyone was rowdy and having fun. It was very cool. Just playing Sub T in general was a blessing. I didn't think that would happen, but
miracles do happen.
Yeah.
Yes. And so Mike, you said your background was more in a metal. So Max, what was your background?
A lot of 60s and 70s rock. Like my first favorite band was the Beatles, like a lot of people.
Yeah, that's a gateway.
And Grateful Dead quickly became everything to me.
How so?
I've never been moved by music like that. And then I feel being moved, and then the concept of this music affecting me like this is always just like it's hard to explain, but like that band it just flows through my blood.
Oh, nice. And did you get a chance to see them live or see any of the members?
I've seen Dead and Company, and I've seen Bob Weir do solo stuff. I've seen Phil Lesh do his band. Not old enough to see Jerry, unfortunately, but seeing Bob Weir as a rhythm guitar player is like just that's going to church almost.
Yeah, well, anytime you go see a show, you should take something away from it, either what to do or what not to do.
Exactly.
And so, Mike, you grew up in a metal background, so what are you bringing to Tortuga? So
these guys have been going to shows for a very long time. I've only been to a couple of shows my whole life, but I think it was in 2017 I went and I saw Metallica and Avenged Sevenfold at Soldier Field.
All right.
And I was hooked on both. I mean, I already knew Metallica, but I didn't really know Avenged Sevenfold, and I heard them when I was playing Call of Duty and stuff because they were real like entrenched with that scene. And so I just was exposed. That was the first one I was exposed to, and I fell deep into it. Like I know all their songs, the lyrics, and I try to I'm not emulate, but I'm really inspired by their writing styles and stuff.
Okay. And so Avenged Sevenfold and any other influences?
Yeah, I just saw I'm really into Megadeth and just saw the thrash metal stuff.
Okay.
Some of the new metal, Bullet for My Valentine. It's a big thing. I just like the drumming is really fun. It's so fun to play. It's good exercise and it keeps me loose and it's.
And how does that mesh with the laid-back style of the Grateful Dead and the jam band stuff?
So I'm able to make these really intricate pockets. I feel like bring the metal patterns, but just play them in the jams, a lot of free-flowing. Make it like a waterfall instead of a choppy.
Okay.
It's a weird. It's taken a while to really find that place, because there was a time, at the beginning you're trying to like jam, and I'm just sitting there doing blast beats and stuff, just being a typical drummer. But I think a lot of people think you got to play fast to be good at drums, and it's like that's in the beginning, but you really got to like slow down and play consistently. That's the hard, playing slow is harder.
And yeah, of course. And you think that's made you a better player?
Oh, definitely. We have songs where I play like a straight up disco beat.
Okay.
I'm doing all these different types of things that I do with them. And I jam with this metal band. They like just play Metallica songs, and it's very just straightforward pumping. And I come with these guys, and everything's on the board.
Excellent. Yeah, don't leave anything behind. I mean, disparate styles will bring a new form of something, and it's great. Everybody, it's a melting pot. It's a gumbo. Other artists that I've talked to, for sure, don't listen to just one style of music.
Yeah.
Because you're limiting yourself. Yeah, absolutely. So, how did it feel playing with Mike as a drummer, bringing all this energy and,
it was
intensity?
That's what it is, for sure. It's exhilarating, honestly, and it pushed every member of the band to come up with new ideas, because, why be boxed into one genre?
Mm-hmm.
Why be boxed into one sound when we all like a lot of different things? And Mike's drumming is very, it's very easy to just lock in with him.
Okay.
Regardless of tempo, regardless of anything, I find myself locked with him. So if we're doing something that's a little heavier, it still feels right. Whether it was a jazz song or a heavy tune like that, it feels right playing. So after the few months of adjusting and stuff, it started to just turn into its own thing. And I don't think we sound like any band other than Tortuga now.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, there's I think that it was Billy Corgan. He was talking about Rush, and it's the same thing. Is that Rush sounds like Rush?
Hell
There's
yeah.
nobody else that sounds like that. I mean, you can say, oh, there's elements of other things, but as a collective, so that's also what you guys are bringing to Tortuga then.
Yeah.
Okay. And how many members are in Tortuga?
4.
4.
Yeah.
Okay. And how would you describe your live shows then?
There's almost like I don't want to call it mysterious, but there's always kind of like a question. Like there's always, we try to change it up. We're really intricate with our set list. We try to like almost say a message, not like a specific message, but just give the audience something to chew on.
Okay, so
like we're experimenting with a lot with different types of lighting and smoke machines, and really making a whole experience besides just listening to music. Make it a visual, auditory, stuff like that.
Okay, you said a message. What do you want fans to take away from a Tortuga show?
Anything is possible.
Okay.
And that there's a lot of good music out there, and that it might not be played on the radio, but you just got to look around and find it.
Right. It's not. In the past, music used to sort of be spoon-fed to people, and now there's a great diversity online of things. You have to go and look for it.
Yep.
It's a little bit on the fan to go and find.
And we might not be for everybody, but there's people that really like what we're doing, and those are our people, and we're all about it.
Absolutely. And so you're going to play a couple of songs for us. What songs are you planning to play for our
Going to play Jonah and Nova.
Okay.
And that's an unreleased one. That's a demo coming soon. And then another tune called Crabman, which is kind of a Tortuga staple almost.
Okay. And what's Crabman about?
Crabman's about that one friend that's always dragging you to the parties.
Okay.
Kind of that bad influence.
Why is he a crab?
Because he'll pinch your hand.
He'll get snippy with you, and we don't want to drink with him.
Okay, fair enough. And then the other song, you said it's a demo?
Yeah, it's called Jonah and Nova, and this is, like we were talking about storytelling and stuff, this is almost in the vein of like a 70s sci-fi adventure almost.
It's prog rock kind of.
Yeah. So it's it's about this guy named Jonah trying to kind of make up for some sins, and he sees a damsel in distress, and he thinks like, hey, this is my one opportunity to kind of fix what I've done in the past.
Nice.
Yeah.
And any plans to record this stuff?
Yeah, we've been kind of talking with one of our friends. His name's Todd Jones. He's a producer. Talking with him, and then we are kind of DIY with our music too. So all the demos generally are just us doing our thing, and we release those on SoundCloud just as like unofficial releases, you know.
Okay. Yeah. And when is the official release coming?
It's still in the works. I'd say in the next 6 months we'd like to have our like first EP out.
Okay.
But we're also kind of picky, so
sure.
I mean, we're not in any rush to get it out, because I'd say we're a live band,
right,
and we're out playing. But yeah, definitely in the coming months we'd like to have a solid recording of 10 to 12 tunes, right?
Yeah. My bedroom always looks like a mad laboratory with all I got microphone cables hanging from my ceiling because we're hanging mics over my drum set. It's always wired up. I love it though. I love waking up in the morning. It's like I sit up out of bed and I see my drum set. It inspires me every day. Mm-hmm. Like, this is why I go to work, so I can go and make music.
Excellent. And you guys are from the Chicago area?
Yeah.
Yeah, from the south side.
Where on the south side?
Like the Alsip area, if you know that.
Okay, yeah.
Oak Lawn, south suburbs, just on the border.
No, I'm from Midway Airport area, so I'm very familiar with.
Over.
By 63rd and all that.
Archer and Pulaski, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm off of Pulaski.
Oh, awesome.
115th and Pulaski.
Okay.
There's a Marist High School there. I go and catch their football games sometimes.
You had friends who went to Marist.
Yeah, I had a bunch of friends that went there too.
All right, so let's check out a couple songs by Max and Mike from Tortuga.
Thank you.
was Crabman and Jonah and Nova by Tortuga. You can check them out at the Homegrown Arts and Music Festival next weekend out at Base Camp in Lisle. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.